Hi, I'm Dr. Nicole LaVoi. I'm the Associate Director of the Tucker Center for Research on Girls and Women in Sport at the University of Minnesota. In the 6-minute 40-second Pechakucha presentation, I'm going to share with you some information out of our report, Developing Physically Active Girls. In this session, I will talk about 3 trends in terms of what the research says about girls' participation in sport and physical activity. I'll talk about the benefits and barriers to participation, and I'll also outline and define what we mean by optimal physical activity. In 2007, we released a report to the public called Developing Physically Active Girls. It was a 10-year update of our widely popular report that we released in 1997. As the 10th year anniversary came upon us, a lot of people were asking us to do the update, so we did. And I'm going to share with you some of the information in that report in this presentation. One of the things that we know is there are 3 trends in terms of what the research says about girls' participation in sport and physical activity. The first trend is that more than ever before, we have record numbers of girls participating in organized sport. Whether they're little girls, adolescent girls, high school girls, or collegiate participants, we have record numbers of girls participating. That's the real good news. And this is largely in part by a federal law passed in 1972 called Title IX that opened the floodgates for girls' opportunities to participate in sport. In 1972, we had about 1 in 27 girls participating in organized sport. Today, that number is about 1 in 3. So we've made really good progress that we all should be proud about and celebrate. At the Tucker Center, we have a saying that was coined by our director, Dr. Mary Jo Kane. In one generation, we have girls hoping there was a team to girls hoping that they'd make the team. So that's the really good news. So we have more girls than ever before participating in organized sport. About 1 in 3. However, the second girl is barely getting enough physical activity to meet the guidelines for health and developmental benefits. And the third girl is almost completely sedentary. So we have some room for improvement because we know that as girls get older, they're less likely to be physically active. So if we don't get them active as young girls and in adolescence, it's very unlikely they'll be active adults. So we definitely have some room for improvement and room for research questions on that front. The second trend is that outside of organized sport and physical education, only 1 in 3 girls gets daily physical activity in the schools. And we also know that as girls get older, they're less likely to participate in physical education. And this gap gets wider for girls of color, for immigrant girls, and girls with cognitive and physical impairments. As they get older, girls are less likely to be physically active, and white girls are more active than their African American counterparts. So that's the second trend. The third trend then is regardless of what context you're in, whether it's sport, physical education, or recreation, boys outnumber girls. There is a gendered gap in physical activity participation. This graph is from the National Federation of High School League data in 2007 that roughly says high school boy participants outnumber girls about 5 to 3. We get the question a lot, why is there such a gendered gap in physical activity between boys and girls? And the answer is very complex. There are a host of barriers that preclude girls from being physically active, from individual choice to family responsibilities, to lack of community programming, to societal values that tell girls that being physically active is in opposition to what it means to be a girl. We know that girls love sports, and when you give them the opportunity to play, they will do so, and they will do so in record numbers, as the data shows. We know that girls play sports for predominantly the same reasons as do boys. They like to play with their friends. They like to be physically fit. It's fun. They learn new skills. And they have an opportunity to develop a wide range of skills, life skills, that may transfer to other areas of their life. So what we want to argue for in the Tucker Center research report is that we want girls to be physically active in a wide variety of contexts, from physical education to recreation, dance, outdoor activities, and organized sport, because when girls get the opportunity to participate, they're more likely to accrue health and developmental, psychological, and social benefits. So what does optimal physical activity look like? We get that question a lot. So think of it as a continuum. On one end, you have too much physical activity that can lead to stress, anxiety, and injuries from overuse. And on the other end, we have those girls that are completely sedentary. So we want to find optimal physical activity, and we use the FIT principle: frequency, intensity, time, and type. Frequency, every day. Intensity, moderate to vigorous. Time, 30 to 60 minutes, preferably 60 minutes. And type, anaerobic, strength training, cardiovascular, and flexibility. All different kinds of activities. So when girls get the opportunity to play sport and physical activity, we know there's a link between health and developmental benefits. When girls are not given the opportunity or are impeded from playing sport and physical activity, they're not given the opportunity to accrue those developmental and health benefits. So in the Tucker Center report, we have a lot of information for coaches, parents, administrators, and community leaders to ensure that girls are physically active through the lifespan. Thank you very much.